Bheki, good morning. Thank you for joining me. So I read a piece by Sibungalwa on Daily Maverick, and it's, I really like his take in as far as this matter is concerned, and he's talking about the whole issue of the question now being more on President Cyril Ramaphosa. Which way will he take this conversation around Zweli Mkhize? Is that your reading as well, that this is as much a pending verdict on President Cyril Ramaphosa and his, posture on corruption as it is about Zweli Mkhize?
Absolutely, Tula Cesar. First of all, thank you for having me, and good day to your listeners. Yeah, indeed, this is more about Minister Mkhize as it is about the president. I think the president shot himself on the foot when he started off finishing former President Zuma's term and went to Davos and talked about the so-called 9 lost years, which of course still raises questions to some of us as to where was he during the so-called 9 lost years. So he painted himself as a messiah, as someone who was coming to save both the ANC as a political party and also South Africa as a country. And then he also indicated that he was going to fight corruption with all he has. So that is why then eyes are on him, that if any of his members of his executive is implicated, they expect him to take swift action. Unfortunately, law does not work in that way. He has to, of course, maintain that stance that is against corruption, but at the same time he has to operate within the confines of the law. Then what makes things even worse is the 2017 ANC resolution of stepping aside or stepping down, depending on the choice you make, that there are people who are saying that you should step down as soon as there are allegations against you, and others say, no, we have to wait until a case has been opened against you. In Minister Mkhize's case, then, the DA has, in fact, made this situation even more complicated when Ms. Gwarube opened a case against both Minister Mkhize and, of course, DJ Buthelezi, on the eve of Mkhize appearing before the parliamentary committee. So now the question is, what do you do in this situation? Do you allow the law to take its course, or to take a decision as the president? So that has made the situation even more complex in that context.
And is there something to be said about the fact that Zweli Mkhize will appear before the ANC's Integrity Commission, but just last week, a few days ago, couldn't appear before Parliament because of that reason that says, he's received legal advice? In terms of accountability, to whom does the minister account then?
According to legislation and according to law, the minister accounts to the president who appointed him, and of course he accounts to Parliament because he's still a member of Parliament anyway. But then if you look at the ANC's Integrity Commission, this is an internal party matter. So basically the ANC came up with this Integrity Commission to make sure that all its members and all its leaders abide by the constitution of the ANC, not necessarily the constitution of the country. So there are two expectations. One, from the party's perspective, you have to abide by the constitution of the party, which then includes that in the event that you are implicated on any wrongdoing, you have to appear before the Integrity Commission. But then the constitution of the country makes its own ruling that government has to basically follow all the processes, which then includes that you have to appear before the portfolio committees and all the necessary structures that are constitutional. So in this case then, the reason why Minister Mkhize did not appear before the parliamentary committee was because of the opening of the case by Gwarube on behalf of the DA, and then some were debating whether the matter is sub judice or if indeed it is not, given the fact that the NPA has not made a ruling on the issue or on whether to prosecute or not. So that is a legal jargon. But from the party perspective, he still has to appear before the Integrity Commission of the ANC outside of the parliamentary processes. Because in my view, these are parallel processes, so it will be okay for him to still appear before the Integrity Commission, even if he didn't appear before the parliamentary committee.
All right.
Because for me, those are two separate issues. questions.
All right, I've got to thank you for your time there, Bheki Mngomezulu. Of course, the other side of the coin is that if the conversation is happening, he's clearly having conversations about this matter, is Minister Zweli Mkhize. He's having that conversation with the Integrity Commission of the ANC. He simply could have that conversation with those MPs to whom he's actually accountable and by extension accountable to the people, and basically raise those specific points that he says he can't answer because of legal reasons.